Table 133, what is that all about? And it comes from the book of Psalm, chapter 133. It's the place where it says, brothers and sisters come together and dwell in unity. What a beautiful place that is. And it goes on to say, it is the place of commanded blessing. Let me tell you a little story real quick about our heart for unity here in Brunswick County. 15 years ago, we were just starting the church, and my wife comes to me and she just very clearly says, hey, I feel like the Lord has spoken to me. This is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to help build the body of Christ here, and particularly connecting with other churches and other pastors. And she gives me her whole game plan. She's like, I'm going to start calling some of these churches and some of the pastors' wives and just start taking them out to lunch and start connecting. And so she's telling me all about this dream. And I look to her and I literally say these two words, good luck. That was my response. That was my heart. I was looking at the circumstances and just trying to tell her, listen, man, there's so much divide in the church and all these things. Like, this is going to be really hard. Like, just, I'm glad God spoke to you. I don't know if I'm a part of that. Good luck. Well, some time goes by and man, she's just being faithful with this year after year. And I'm not really seeing a whole lot of progress. And I'm kind of sitting back like, I kind of told you so. But she's being faithful to the word that God spoke to her. And at some point, maybe around year 7 or 8, I'm reading Psalms 133. And I'm reading this place of this desire of the heart of God for his people to come together in unity. And then I'm reading John 17, where Jesus prays this prayer, Lord, may they be one, just as you and I are one. And I read, and really clear, God just saying, this is what I'm calling you to do. And so I tell my wife, and she's like, it's about time. I've been waiting for you all these years. And we just start reaching out, and we form this network of churches based on Psalm 133, based on John 17, of like, let's just come together in fellowship and relationship. And it's been a pretty beautiful journey of starting to see some other churches, some other pastors come together, and we're just having meals together. We're praying together. We're doing these things, and we're inviting our churches into these spaces where we're praying. We are reaching out to the community. We're worshiping together. We're doing all of these things and just building up. Why? Because it's the place of commanded blessing, and God's just been doing something special right here in Brunswick County. And it's just an honor to be a part of it. And I had somebody ask me not long ago, well, what's kind of the goal of this thing? And I thought to myself a long time about that. And the thing I came up with was this. The goal is for my daughters to one day grow up, and the idea of other churches working together and other churches praying together and other churches doing outreaches together, her response is, of course that's what churches do. And like, to get that and to work all of these years and believe that God is going to fulfill that promise, that my kids and your kids are going to grow up in that type of environment where, yes, of course, that's just what churches do. And so is the invitation to come with us on this journey, to come to this place where God commands a blessing. And you might be asking, well, how can I do that? 3 big things. You could pray, you can give, and you can go. Man, there's going to be a whole list of things. If you're on the website, if you're not on the website, I want to encourage you to go to that website and all the things that we're just praying for. We're praying for other churches, praying for other pastors and ministries, for God to bless them. And then you could give financially to the work that we're doing, just to create some spaces in which churches can come together and plant other churches and help other ministries. And then you can go. You could be part of going into some of these spaces and blessing these churches and being a blessing to the body, and us reaching out to people that are lost and don't know Jesus, and giving that testimony of, this is what the people of God do. So church, we're excited. And so there's a part that's just like, God is totally from that good luck to, good God. He's done something amazing. And we want to invite you to be a part of that journey too. Let's go.